Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I heard Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings. And today I'm going to be doing a message for the collective. This message that I got earlier prompted me to do this reading. I was listening to, I had a tape from Nevolution. If you guys don't know that channel, I put it in my community tab. And if you don't know how to get to my community tab, let me know in the comment section and I'll give you the instructions on the comment. But I was listening to Florence Scovel Shin, and I just had it playing in the background as I have a lot of videos, sometimes just playing in the background or music in the background. And one thing I wasn't really listening, and it came out and stood out. It says, "You're attracting what you're fearing," and that just stood out like a light bulb. But like I heard it the loudest out of everything on that tape, and it said, "You're attracting what you're fearing." And the last few days, week, maybe a week, I've had a lot of requests for emergency readings, emergency messages, people just freaking out, right? And it happens. It happens. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like you're spiraling and you don't know how to grip yourself, you don't know how to get back. I just want to tell you this at all times, every single time. It's never going to not be any time. It's never going to be anybody else's fault but yours. Okay. And I think that's the hardest part to swallow, especially when we talk about the law of attraction. Doesn't mean you beat yourself up, doesn't mean that you get down on yourself. It's just a way to identify the root of the problem and then how to fix the problem. If you stay in denial, if you're always pointing the finger, if it's always because of your circumstances or your situation, you're never going to get out of that. Okay. It's literally the first step in turning your life around. A few years ago, when I first started my journey on the law of attraction, that was the first thing that I had to look myself in the mirror and say, you are where you're at because of you. And once I was able to do that, I was able to start pulling myself back up. I was able to start getting out of that energy. I was able to start accomplishing things. I was able to start being successful because I knew I controlled my fate. Nobody else did. It's a sucky world when you believe that somebody else has the fate of your life in their hands, because then you're helpless, right? How can you help yourself if somebody else has the outcome of your life in their hands? So you take that power back and you take your control back by saying, I create my own reality. It doesn't matter what nobody else says, doesn't matter. I'm the one who creates it. I'm the one who can change it. Okay. And so that's what I sat down. I instantly got up, went and got my coffee, and got my iced coffee. And I said, this is the first message that needs to be talked about. Okay. And so I asked Spirit, I said, what is the message for this Aries who are struggling the most? What do they need to hear right now? Okay. I pulled one tea leaf card as the overall energy of this reading. And look what I got. I got throne, and it says position of authority. That is so powerful when you sit and think about it. Okay. It looks like the Empress throne, first of all, but a position of authority. That is you. That is you. You have authority over your life, over your circumstances, over what is happening next. And you have to put yourself on this throne so you can have and take control of your life. Okay? You are great divine beings, powerful gods and goddesses. That's another thing that you have to believe. Okay, we all have God inside us, which makes us God and goddesses. Okay, which makes us have the same control, the same power. But a lot of us do not use it. We do not understand that. We think we have to wait for somebody's permission to do something next, or wait for somebody else to bless us. But we pull our blessings out of ourselves. Okay, so throne, position of authority. The next card I got here was the White Witch, and it says, be the light. Absolutely. And you can see there's a pinnacle right there. Be the light. You have to be the light that you want to see. Okay. Even if your lights are getting cut off, even if you can't keep your rent paid. Okay. I've been there, all those places. You have to be the light that you want to see. And I promise you, your situation will turn around. Okay. You can't succumb to the darkness. If you're in a dark room, if you're the light, right, you can see your next steps. So you have to be the light that you want to see. The next card, what was the next card that came out? This one right here. We have money decreasing due to bad habits or negative energy. Now let's talk about this, okay? Money decreasing due to bad habits or negative energy. This is where you have to take accountability. This is where I was talking about in the beginning. This is the hard pill to swallow. That sometimes you have to know, and this is not a thing to beat yourself up, but it's a way to say, okay, I'm going to take back control of my life. Now, some of these things, you can be in a situation where you're around people who are negative and weighing you down, and you're in jobs that are, a lot of people are very negative, and you're leaving the job depressed. And, I'm telling you, you have to take control, position of authority. If you know you're somewhere where you can't be, or you know you're in a situation where it's pulling you down, you have to change it. Now you can say, well, I don't know where I have another job. I don't know where. You're making excuses. Okay? You're making excuses because the day that you step out on faith is the day that the universe will provide for you. I'm a walking testament of that. Okay. You have to step when you know that there's things and conditions around you that are not good. You have to be the one to change it. You can't sit in it and then still complain about it. Okay. This is going to be a tough reading. So I'm just letting you guys know it's not all tough, but just letting you know so you know that you're the ones that can change your circumstances. Now, the bad habits, we all have them, right? And sometimes that is the only thing that needs to be changed before you can start seeing an increase, okay? Some of you, you're around, like I want to say again, some of you are around people with bad habits. That energy does rub off on you, okay? Some of this negative energy is brought on because of a lot of negative things that have happened in your life. And that's where you have to sit in that position of authority and say, I'm not going to let this bring me down. You have to continue to be the light in those situations because it is a tactic to get you to change your positive light to negative, to move into the darkness. Okay, you have to stay in control. I promise you, it won't be forever if you contend. It won't be forever if you truly say, "I'm going." You know what? Despite what is happening around me, I'm going to continue to remain positive. It won't be long before you see a shift. And some people are saying, "Well, I'm doing that and I don't see a shift." Well, I guarantee you, you're going like this. I guarantee you're going like this. One thing you're being positive about, the next thing you're letting it get to you. One thing and so you're not going to see any forward movement of coming up. Okay. You're just teetering back and forth. Okay. So the thing is, you have to be brutally honest with yourself about what is it that I can change because it's so powerful. And then we have thank you for being a friend, and we have support system. Okay. When you are in this energy like this, and maybe not everyone has a support system, but you have this community here, right? That is not wise to sit in it by yourself. Okay. It is not wise to not pick up the phone and reach out and call someone just to talk. It is not wise to, kind of soak in this energy. Those kind of things cause depression, right? They cause, in which we all know can lead to terrible, terrible things. Okay. So this may be it, and you never know who your blessings are going to come from sometimes, right? So even if you are having a difficult situation and you feel like you really do not have anybody to talk to, you can always drop a comment in the comment section. And I've seen many, many people come to people's aids and give them encouraging words and lift them up in my comment section. Okay. All right. So someone here needs a support system, needs a friend right now, then you can definitely go ahead and drop that comment right now. So the next thing we have is divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy. Let me take a sip. What does this mean? This doesn't mean that you're feminine, right? This doesn't mean that I'm speaking to a woman. This means the divine feminine energy talks about being excuse me, we all have divine feminine masculine equally within the side up, because if it gets unbalanced, we become unbalanced as humans. Okay, so divine feminine energy, what does this mean? This means here to be in the receptive mode, to be receptive. Okay, to ask for what you want and then prepare to receive it. And there's many ways you can do that, but starting to get your business in alignment, your business affairs in order when you're trying to ask for a new, an elevation in your business. If you're looking to move homes, start packing up your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't just wait for the money to come in. Start preparing yourself for that move. Being in the receptive mode of what you are wishing for, what you are asking for, what you are praying for. Okay. We have karma. Okay. And on top of karma, we have you got the job. So there is, I want to say this because I clarified karma and I got 3 cards here as well. Let me tell you this. I hear a lot of people who tell the same story, that this just seems to be my fate. This just seems to be my destiny. This just seems to be the cycle that I'm always in, this negative cycle. Let me tell you this, nothing can always stay the same. All right. What you give out, you will eventually receive back, no matter what you think, no matter what you say. Sometimes you may keep yourself there a little bit longer because of the story that you continue to tell. But if you're a cheerleader for others, if you're a support system for others, if you genuinely love to see people win and succeed, that energy will come back to you. Okay. And so I clarified karma and I got just that. I got the 3 of Cups here, which is a card of celebrations, coming together, people being happy for you, joyous occasions. Okay. And the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. What are you desiring here? And the Fool card, a new beginning, a new cycle. All right, taking a leap of faith. So there is change coming. Okay, the karma card here is like the Wheel of Fortune. There is change coming. But 1, you have to be in the receptive mode. 2, you have to get out of the darkness that you're in and be the light. And 3, you have to claim it. The very first card is out, position of authority. You have to claim it. Okay. All right, so I just wanted to come on here and do a quick message for everyone who needs it right now, who needs it the most. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. Take care.